y'all? We're jumping into some wild UFO sightings. This crazy giant craft that was allegedly caught in the Arctic. This was posted on a Chinese social media app before being abruptly deleted from everywhere it was posted, even reposting and other people posting this clip. It was fully removed. Thankfully, No Ear 1633 was able to capture one of the clips before deletion and posted it on the UFO subreddit. That thing is massive. Are they hiding UFOs at the poles? Meanwhile, more people are wondering whether this is a UFO in a Renaissance painting or just an artist getting creative with his clouds. Let me know in the quiz below. And I didn't forget that it's Throwback Thursday, so today you're going to see some insane UFO footage that'll blow your mind and prove to you that UFO sightings are increasing at an alarming rate. Sit back on the couch, grab a snack, and enjoy. Insane sightings like a meteor crashing into a volcano, then a UFO rising up, a mind-bending, quote, snake UFO hovering just above our atmosphere, and so many more wild sightings. UFOs Today starts now. We're jumping right into Curacao, May 24th, 2026, where witnesses saw these strange orbs of light in the sky. They started recording one as it started moving because at first they thought it may just be stars, but when this one started moving, they started recording and freaking out. Now what I love about this capture is that they wanted to stay as long as possible to try and capture it when it disappears or even track where it goes. But what's actually most amazing of this video is what you'll see later on. As they track this UFO, they'll see another one come on screen, and it's going to demonstrate one of the 5 observables, as it's going to make a weird trajectory change at breakneck speeds. Check this out. Here we go. Whoop, and we just turned. Where are we going? What is that? What on earth can turn like that? Oh yeah, nothing! And I love that we're getting sightings with the observables because they're much harder to dismiss. Over in Spain, May 16th, 2026, witnesses saw strange lights in the sky. Again, these really weird orbs, only these witnesses were able to capture them disappearing, which I feel like is freakier and more ominous because where the heck did they go? And I love that people are starting to film longer and are making a point to capture these UFOs disappearing, as that is one of the more anomalous things you can capture. Next, we head over to the Mayan volcano in the Philippines, May 25th, 2026. Where the volcano live stream was actually able to capture a meteorite falling from the sky right behind the volcano, right next to it. It's actually really cool and kind of mesmerizing when you see the light. Look at that. Wow. But then something rises from that same area where that meteorite landed. It's like an orb of light just comes upward. Look at it. From that same spot. What is that? And where on earth is it going? Did it come from the meteorite? Was that not a meteorite? What's happening? I mean, really, what was that? What are the odds that we'll have a coincidence that something will come up right after a meteorite comes down? And even if the meteorite didn't come down, what the hell is coming up from the side of the volcano that is withstanding this heat? And what's happening in our skies, bro? Because that's crazy. Next, we're over in Tampa, Florida, May 21st, 2026, where witnesses captured these strange lights dancing around in the sky. I find them very strange because, in my opinion, they don't look like lanterns. They don't look like Chinese lanterns. They're not the same color. They're not skydivers. Sometimes they're stationary. They move around. It looks like they're moving in unison. Like maybe it could be lights on one craft. I mean, I was thinking maybe even drones, although that they look a little, I don't know, that looks a little weird to me. And the witness said that there were no buzzing, there was no sound, and they didn't feel that it was drones. They stood there watching it for a while. And that just makes me wish that this video was a little bit longer. Still very strange. Over in Brazil, May 19th, 2026, we get a UFO sighting that actually has multiple angles, which I love because it means more people are seeing this, more people are looking up and taking the time to record. And in this one, you're going to see a weird colored, I don't want to say orb, it's not circular, maybe more tic-tac shape and it's flashing some weird muted colors, in my opinion, in both angles of this video. And the witnesses kind of gave that plasma-y, gooey look detail when they saw it with their eyes, which I don't feel like translates well on the camera. But I think it's really important to call out because it's not the only time we've heard that. I mean, to be honest, some people have been having the conversation about plasma for a while. We've talked about it a bit on this channel as well. So it's a lot to look into, but I think you should. Next is the UFO that popped up in one of the most recent SpaceX live streams. And people love this sighting and find it absolutely baffling. Because when you look at the scale, you might want to consider how big this thing is. They're calling it the snake in space. And honestly, this brings me back to the plasma. Is that some type of living plasma or something up there? Maybe something that can live outside of our atmosphere? To be fair, it's not that crazy to think about. It's a fairly recent discovery that tardigrades can survive in the vacuum of space. Who's to say there aren't other things that can? We just haven't discovered them or discovered how just yet. There's also this newly shared clip from Turkey 2018. A retired Turkish Air Force member actually just released this. And honestly, this video is fascinating. This is actually all in thermal imaging. And you're going to see what looks almost like maybe an elongated craft. Maybe two elongated crafts together. I mean, it could just be even a small craft producing a bigger thermal anomaly than the size of the craft itself. But this looks so strange, and I wish that we got raw footage, not just the thermal. I mean, did you see how when he zoomed out, it even looked like it could be disc shaped? That honestly looks like it could be like a tear in the sky or something. That looks crazy. What do you guys think could be causing such a weird thermal disturbance in the middle of the sky? Now, the witnesses claim that you could not see this UFO with the naked eye. You could only see it through thermal. The Air Force member recorded about 4 minutes of it, but then he just sat there and he said he watched it for about half an hour. Like, he didn't know how long it was going to see. He just sat there and watched it in about half an hour. He noticed that it rose up, like it moved, it ascended upward, and then the anomaly just vanished. And it was no longer perceivable through thermal camera, through any type of imaging. There was just, at that point then, nothing in the sky. What I find fascinating is that I couldn't see it with the naked eye. So, could this be, again, a craft that is producing this thermal event, and it's doing so because maybe it is it's what happens when it turns on its cloaking mechanism. Like, oh, we can't see it with our naked eye, so like humans aren't going to be able to detect it. If you happen to have a thermal camera, which isn't like everyone has a thermal camera, then maybe you'll spot it, right? But that's a side effect of its cloaking, in my opinion. I mean, it could be. I don't know. This whole thing is wild. And I love that more and more government, military officials from all over the world are finally feeling really comfortable to release their stories, their sightings, their photos, their UFO evidence. Because they are some of the most credible people in the sky. In the skies, the pilots, the Air Force pilots from all the countries. Hello? They're in the sky all the time. They know when something's anomalous or weird. So I love when they come out and they show their evidence. That anomaly is crazy to me. I feel like that's better than some of the files that were released by the government. Washington, D.C., March 11th, 2026, where witnesses saw this strange green light appear out of nowhere in the sky. It seemingly had no source. What do you guys think this could have been? Next, we head over to the Bay Area, California, April 16th, 2026, where witnesses captured this strange orb of light in the sky. They captured it warbling and pointed out what they thought to be anomalous activity from the orb itself. It really makes you wonder if these orbs are crafts or if they themselves are beings. Next, over in Hamburg, Germany, April 19th, 2026, witnesses captured this strange structure flying across the sky. This thing looks like it could be massive. What do you think those are lights on the side or like some sort of cloaking that's just messing with the camera? Stranger still is this sighting from Canada, December of 2025, where witnesses captured this saucer-shaped craft literally flashing so many different vibrant colors. It's absolutely fascinating. You'll see that although the craft itself is round, almost like a saucer, there is this strange, flat, square surface on the bottom. I don't think I've ever seen a craft quite like this. If you want to see more UFO videos like this, make sure you smash that like. It's free and it really helps support the channel. Starting with what witnesses are calling the hovering diamond over Temecula, California, November 26th of 2025. This is a strange craft which witnesses say resembled a diamond and seemed to be ascending into the sky. However, it was ascending so slowly that at first they couldn't tell, so they call it the hovering diamond. Take a look. Fascinating. It reminds me of the orange diamond that looked like the surface of the sun in Siberia. And the weird diamond-shaped UFO we saw the other day that looked like a hologram. Some strange stuff is happening in our skies. Next, I received this anonymous video from December 2nd of 2025 of something falling out of the sky. Witness claims it's a UFO, and I want to know what you think. I think it's very strange, and it could be a UFO. However, it could also be debris. We have a ton of stuff in the sky, and we're a mess. Next, we have what witnesses are calling speeding orbs in Albania. This also occurred on the 2nd of December 2025. And at first, witnesses saw about 5 orbs seemingly in formation, and then a plethora of other ones. And needless to say, the witness is freaking out. Take a look.
وي مامي هذيك تو وي هذيك تو شوف سلام هاتم بابا كل بيري دوت ايه بريد مبا ساساي بانيلي ديالور كبانيلي ديالور شسان بيوم متشازويش شوف سيان ونشوف توتك يا شسان شو كل شيء
I love how he like went to get his parrot. It was like freaking out. That's such a raw reaction, and I would be freaking out too. I thought it was really strange that like rainbow arc color in the beginning as well. And at the end, what was happening there? Next is another UFO sighting, this time in Chile, but guess what, guys? It also occurred December 2nd of 2025. This was a bright red object that the witness says came down from the sky and then hovered for a bit. What they also said is that it seemed to be dropping stuff off, kind of like the slag that we see sometimes from the UFOs. However, he said he saw that in person and wasn't able to capture it on video, which kind of freaked him out more. Smash like and check this out. I think it's very, very strange, and I would love to have seen it dropping off the slag. However, we have seen plenty of UFO do it, so I kind of get what it would look like. Now, we couldn't leave the sightings of December 2nd without adding a UFO sighting from New Jersey. Again, December 2nd, 2025. Just crazy because of all the things that happened in New Jersey with the New Jersey UFO drone incident. It's very interesting to see a sighting like this. That puppy was zooming across the sky, so apparently the other little lights were stars that the camera was trying to capture and focus in, but they're so far and small for our lenses that sometimes they disappear and don't capture properly. But the bright object that was the focal point was the UFO, and it was zipping across the sky. Now there is another December 2nd UFO. However, I said that the New Jersey one was like the one, that we end on for December 2nd. Because this next one is, I'm a little iffy on it. It's just, I feel like the clip isn't long enough and it looked a little weird. Still, I wanted to showcase it and hear your opinions on this clip. Take a look. Now, that was apparently a strange phenomenon caught in the sky December 2nd, 2025 in Romania. I wish the clip was a little bit longer, or maybe we got other clips from other angles, and maybe they'll show up soon. But until then, again, I am a little iffy on it. Now we can jump back a little bit. We have another UFO, this time from Pete Maxwell. This occurred in Australia the 19th of November, 2025, and he was able to capture it, this video.
It's turning.
While not my favorite because it's not super exciting, I want to say that it does show some of the 5 observables. Like the low visibility, it was almost transparent, and that's something that we overlook a lot, especially because we want to see more detail. But it is important to remember that one of those 5 observables is that low visibility, which I saw demonstrated there. Next, we have some strange UFO activity November 30th, 2025 in Chile. And honestly, it makes no sense. It's some of the, I guess, it's just the most UFO activity I've seen because you see things flying up in the air. There are like several lights sometimes. It's like they were having a damn party. And of course, no answers. So you answer in the comments below. What the hell is this? I find it fascinating. But the sightings I like the most, especially in that clip, are the fast movers. Because, like, yeah, the ones that disappear are so cool and interesting to us, and the ones that look anomalous. But when I see the fast movers, I always think, like, where are you going? Where are you trying to get to that you're going so quickly? And if you're getting there, so why are you cutting through the earth? Couldn't you just use your tech to teleport or something? I don't know. Guys, you're incredible. Thank you for tuning in. Smash like if you enjoyed this. You know I love UFOs. I'm a little under the weather, which you can probably tell from my voice, so thank you for dealing with that.
Because UFOs are everywhere. And we're jumping to Indonesia, where we start with a strange sighting November 21st of 2025 of what seems to be a large, almost diamond-shaped-esque triangle craft in the sky. And even the color looks wild. It looks like the surface of the sun. It's very strange. That and a weird sighting of lights in an undisclosed location in the US. Take a look. Now that weird, again, surface of the sun looking craft is so strange to me. It reminds me of like the plasma energy theories we've heard of some of these crafts and how they envelop themselves in a light. Like it was just really freaking weird. And then the dots in the US, the little light in the sky, I find very fascinating because this past month in November of 2025, we've had a ton of UFO sightings that are very similar, sometimes in delta formation, sometimes in straight lines, sometimes completely sporadic. over Amsterdam. Next, we jump back to the States with another sighting in Bend, Oregon. This occurred the 18th of May, 2024. It comes from UAP Wixie and it showcases 3 orbs of light seemingly in a delta formation, very much akin to the sighting we just saw. Smash like and take a look.
The one down there is low.
Very interesting, and in my opinion, truly anomalous. We don't normally see 3 crafts in a row like that or following each other like that. That was just really freaking weird. Speaking of weird, these next clips, one from 2016 in Siberia, which shows a UFO seemingly teleport, and the next one is actually 2009, and it doesn't say where it's from. But they are both very strange clips. I love the one from Siberia because the way that it teleports, now that Avengers Doomsday is coming, it like, to say this, it looks like a Doom portal. Like it looks like it was like a Doom portal that it went into. And it's so crazy. So I'd love in the comments what your thoughts on this.
Can you hear that?
You see what I mean? Like the one in 2009? Yeah, like whatever, lights, weird. But the 2016 one from Siberia with the portal with the that's crazy! UAP Wixie also spotted a strange UFO on a security cam actually coming from the ocean, dashing across the sky. At first I was a little iffy, but you can actually see the reflection of the light in the water. Something weird was happening there. Take a look. Like, where was it trying to go? That it's going that fast? Is it going somewhere on Earth? Or did it happen to just be crossing by? Because at some point, if you're going so fast and you're covering such a distance, isn't it easier to just turn around? You know, because we're round, so we could just get to... What's happening? Are we a highway? What is going on here? Next is a possible TR-3B triangular craft, this time caught over Chilean, Chile, November 14th of 2025. This is a very strange clip. We do see this massive triangular craft in the sky, but unlike the other TR-3B videos, it's not rotating, it's kind of just sitting. I don't know what it's doing. It's just hovering there. Take a look. Like, don't get me wrong, I find it very interesting, and it is a bit anomalous, this giant triangular thing in the sky. Like, what is that? But if you think back to the other TR-3B sightings or triangular craft, we're usually seeing some crazy lights, some weird movements, we're getting a rotation going on. This had no lights, no nothing, it was just hovering there. Is it a different type of craft, or is it doing something else? Is it on another mission? What are they doing? Absolutely fascinating. Every day, there's more and more UFO sightings. What does this mean? Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. Smash like if you made it this far. I'll see you in the next one.